got your full highlight treatment coming up from Chiefs Broncos. Patrick Mahomes did leave the game. Kyle Brandt is mad at Twitter, but an update this morning from Rap Sheet heading into the all-important MRI today, which Peter Schrager says is at noon. Keep it here on NFL Network. Here's what stands for Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes. He's expected to be out for at least 3 weeks with a dislocated kneecap. There's some real optimism from those involved that he can play through the ailment after that. Packers, Vikings, at Titans, and then they have a matchup against the Chargers coming up. Speaking of those Vikings, they visit the Lions this week. It's a big NFC North matchup on Sunday. Your Lions. Detroit coming off a tough loss to Green Bay on Monday night. The Vikings, they look better. They want to keep this ball rolling. So here's our very own Tom Pelissero with more on the matchup.
Thanks, Kay. A lot of Vikings players were watching live on Monday night as the Lions' lead over the Packers slipped away with some controversial help from the officials. It's another division game on Sunday in Detroit, where Vikings right tackle Brian O'Neill told me those guys are going to have some serious juice. Number 90 might have some extra motivation as well. That's Lions defensive end Trey Flowers, who was flagged twice for illegal use of hands in the fourth quarter of that loss to the Packers, including one call that NFL executive Troy Vincent has come out publicly and said was not the correct call. Vikings offensive coordinator Kevin Stefanski singled out Flowers on Thursday as a big get for Matt Patricia's defense, which played the Vikings tough in both meetings a year ago, albeit in defeat. Meanwhile, Kirk Cousins and company are throwing the ball as effectively as anybody in the NFL during their two-game winning streak. That was not the case in Minnesota's 2 losses this season, both on the road and both in the division. They do not want to start 0-3 inside the NFC North, which tight end Kyle Rudolph said is the toughest division right now in the NFL. Back to you, Kay.
You're right, Tom, talking about those losses, both to the Packers and to the Bears. Nate, the Vikings are looking for their first win in the NFC North. What do you make of this matchup?
Well, I'm looking at the wide receivers. You just talked about it, Kay. Adam Thielen a couple weeks ago, he talks about how they need to take shots down the field. And then Stephon Diggs, he doesn't show up for practice. He gets fined. Then all of a sudden, this dude goes for 3 touchdowns. I wonder if this is just a response to these guys saying that they wanted to rock, or if this is now who they are moving forward. I'm looking forward to this passing game and see if they can pick up where they left off.
Welcome to the NFL, Kirk Cousins. As if you didn't know, every week is a crucible for this guy. So we finally get that great win last week, right? Yep. And here we are.
Great book.
And it's like, yeah, Crucible, I love it. Go into Detroit now, where the Lions are a good defense and Trey Flowers is angry. And, okay, we're going to ask again, can Kirk Cousins get it done, or is he going to step back? This is what his career has been. Yeah. He has to keep it going. Just because, give me 2 good weeks in a row. That's all I'm asking. 2 good weeks, get us excited. Totally. Because that NFC North is a very
That's all you need to do.
Give me 2.
Because last week was the classic reel him in game. I got you. Look, I'm going to take a picture with the trout, and then sometimes the trout's not dead and it flops and gets away. I want to see it too. And also Detroit, we're rooting for you. How cool would it be if Detroit got their act together? Been doing the show for 3 years. They haven't. Detroit.
Or if the refs
do. Hands to the face. Come on.
See if they can get a win and keep that consistency going, of course, on a shorter week, because after the Vikings take on the Lions, it's a quick turnaround to Thursday Night Football. Kirk Cousins needing to make a statement in another crucible with a showdown against his former teammates, Redskins, Vikings.
This is the Kirk Cousins Bowl. He's going up against his old team that said, we don't want you, Kirk.
Thursday Night Football.
They gave him $50 million.
Eastern on NFL Network on Fox. And streaming on Prime Video. I mean, his bank account is just
It is. Can I tell you, I think Peter's been on fire with the vocabulary. We've had a nadir, lionized. Do you have one of those calendars, Peter? I think he's the vocabulary word of the day.
Like a hackneyed or like
yes.
weird. Yeah,
I'm telling you, Peter, there's something going on with you.
Milk toast.
You're Googling stuff.
Everything's cattywampus today.
Oh.
Let's head to Chicago. So the Saints are taking on the Bears. I'm looking at you, Kyle.
Yeah.
Saints Bears, go.
All right, so let me get this straight. The Bears are coming off a bye week. They're at home. Trubisky appears to be back. The Saints don't have their Hall of Fame quarterback. Alvin Kamara has not practiced all week. Guys, if the Bears don't win this game by 2 scores, there's something wrong with them, and we should not be taking them seriously as contenders. You got to win this game at home. Put them down. They're hurt. Put them down.
I feel like the Bears are going to pull their ears back, pin their ears back, and just get after the quarterback. What I saw last night with the Chiefs defense, they just said, you know what, we're going to blitz. We're going to have stunts up front. We're going to make sure that Joe Flacco is uncomfortable. For every quarterback that isn't a mobile quarterback in the league, I guarantee That was a message sent to every D coordinator. The Bears, they're going to blitz Teddy Bridgewater.
All right.
Test his feet and see if he can move in that pocket. They're going to try to smother those wide receivers.
Khalil Mack didn't have one sack. We're talking about the revenge game against the Raiders. Didn't get one sack last week.
They've been thinking a lot about that game, I'm sure. They had a London and the bye, and it's like they just want to get back on the field. But can we give a second? We talk about Kyle Shanahan as coach of the year and how Sean Payton is having some. If they come out there without Kamara and without Breeze and find a way to win in Soldier Field in one of those big
5 in a row, Stretch.
Are you serious? Sean Payton, that's a heck of a coaching job.
Last time the Bears beat the Saints, 2008, Kyle Orton, the quarterback.
No kidding, Purdue.
Putting it out there.
Loves Orton.
Got a matchup of two top quarterbacks. Speaking of Kyle Orton, let's talk two top quarterbacks. And Kyler Murray and the Cardinals taking on Daniel Jones and the Giants. They're both drafted highly. How does this matchup play out, Triggs?
I love this Kyler kid, but I also love Daniel Jones. I think we've got a great duo here in these two quarterbacks. They were the first two quarterbacks taken in this draft. But if you haven't watched Kyler Murray, the last 2 weeks have been a show. He was the NFC's Offensive Player of the Week last week. I think they keep it going. I think that he and Cliff finally have some sort of rhythm. Giants defense has a lot of holes. Their defensive coordinator, James Betcher, used to be in Arizona with a lot of these players. He was the defensive coordinator of the Cardinals his last gig. I think that Kyler, though, has a day.
You guys remember when there was a moment in time that Patrick Peterson was the best cornerback in football?
Yes.
Sure.
And he constantly talked about it, and we constantly backed him up. Well, he's coming off that suspension. Let's see if he's going to come back and make his team forget about the suspension, or if he's going to lose a step. I want to see what Patrick Peterson can do.
Tell you what I want to see. I want to see Saquon Barkley. He says he has no doubts he will play. And, you know, Christian McCaffrey's a hell of a player. And we've been having a parade for him for about a month, and he's incredible. I still think Saquon is the truth. The Cards gave up 132 yards per game on the ground.
We know he's the truth.
Look out.
What do you mean still think the truth?
The truth is that he is the best running back in the world right now. I think we'll see it again this weekend. I'm a Saquon guy.
Didn't you do like a golf piece with Patrick Peterson?
Yeah,
I did.
Do you remember this? All
I do. Season
Whenever I
one,
hear
yes.
Patrick Peterson,
Nate's voice
that's the
was
only
messed
thing
up.
I think
He's
of.
one hell of a golfer. Let's see if he can tackle Saquon.
Hey, okay.
With the
Look out.
Cardinals and Giants, guys, that is the fifth time, only the fifth time since 2000 that two top 10 rookie quarterbacks face off.
That's fun.
Against each other.
You got any more
Very
Kyle Orton
rare.
nuggets,
Very
though? I
rare.
love those.
No, not
Kyle
Kyle
Orton.
Orton. Maybe Rex Grossman coming up.
Sure.
Finally, let's go to Nashville. The Chargers are coming to town to play the Titans. Ooh, what do we expect to see from this one, Kyle?
What do we expect to see?
Oh, gosh.
There's an asteroid that's falling from outer space, and it's going to hit the planet, and that asteroid says Mariota or Tannehill. Listen, I'm not going to BS the Titans fans. I'm not going to do it. There was an election 3 years ago that neither candidate was liked by the country, and there was a bumper sticker that said, "Give me the asteroid." That's how I'm feeling right now as a Titans fan. Give me the
Isn't
asteroid.
Mariota getting traded to the Chiefs because Mahomes is done?
Yeah, that was big on Twitter last night. I don't
Go ahead, Peter. Make some gold out of this as you're scoffing at my asteroid comparison. What do you want to watch this game about?
You want to talk about asteroid? How about losing to Duck Hodges at home on a Sunday night when the entire there's the Duck man.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the worst losses you'll ever see from a team, the LA Chargers. Sunday
And by the
night.
way, what was Marcus Mariota in college? A duck.
Yeah, right. This game doesn't do much for me.
No.
Okay, good.
That's
I like that take, Peter. It's
How
your
about
best
this,
take of
though?
the day.
6 of the, they're, I think, 9-2 on the road since the beginning of last year. 6 of the Chargers' next 7 games are away from home.
Might be better off.
Right about that.
What do you got?
Come on, Nate.
You guys said it all, man.
What do you mean?
Let's see if this Chargers defense can get after that O-line of the Titans. They giving up 29 sacks this year.
That's the analysis
Nate.
you watch.
Somebody make a
That's
duck
it,
noise.
baby.
Make the duck noise. You can do it. You're good at it.
Come on, that's good.